Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about the moon, and I really hope no one is watching all of these because I do repeat myself at the beginning of every video. Okay, so as I've said before, I really like to think of the moon as the kind of little baby that you are, and let me explain. So even though the moon is more associated with mothers, you really can't have a mother without a baby, and you really can't have a baby without a mother. So that's why I associate both babies and mothers with the moon. And the reason why I think that your moon sign shows the kind of little baby that you are is because the moon represents your most basic needs. So when you think of a baby, the kinds of things that a baby does to get what it wants and what it needs in that moment. So that is the part of yourself that is the moon. It's the most vulnerable and most hidden part of yourself. So the moon is one of the two nocturnal planets. So what that means is that you can't readily understand it intellectually. You can better so feel the moon. It's not something that I could just explain to you logically. The moon is something that you actually have to feel for yourself. So in today's video, I'm gonna talk about the Virgo moon. Give me a second. Give me a second. So the moon really represents two things. It represents your gut reactions that you have to things, and it also represents your needs. So whenever you respond to something without really thinking about it, that is going to involve your gut, so your moon, and also a little bit of your Mars. And whenever I refer to the moon as like your gut, that's because whenever you feel something like viscerally, you know how something can attract you or repel you viscerally, like on a very deep level, that is what the moon represents in astrology, and that is what your moon sign represents. So Virgo is ruled by Mercury, so that makes the Virgo moon kind of cerebral itself. It isn't a very feeling sort of moon, even though everyone's moon feels, obviously, right? But depending on what sign your moon is in is going to tell you the kind of feelings that you're going to have and how easily it's going to be for you to feel things and to express your feelings, and also for you to be able to understand your feelings. Your reactions are going to be, first of all, they're going to be careful, and you're also going to kind of internalize and try to think about your feelings logically before you actually express something, because Virgo is a very careful sign and is very much concerned with doing the right thing and what's right and wrong. So Virgo moon is going to operate from that level. And when it comes to needs, the Virgo moon can be a little bit nervous because, as I said before, it is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is the mental planet, and it is a very fast acting planet, and it is concerned with kind of sifting through information at a very fast pace. So when you have a Virgo moon operating from a Mercury sort of place, you're going to be kind of processing information at a very fast pace, and all of that is coming through your moon. It's similar to the Gemini moon in that it can make you a bit nervous. The Virgo moon is more so concerned with cleanliness, as we already know. Like, Virgo is a sign that's associated with being very organized and being very clean. And so when you have a Virgo moon, you're going to be very much concerned with cleaning and organizing and having your self-care. Everything that has to do with Virgo is going to come through your moon. Guys, I'm sorry. I apologize, especially to Virgos, but I entirely forgot to mention how health conscious Virgos are. Virgo is also associated with health and being like a health nut and trying to eat healthy, and Virgos can tend to like fall off the wagon and then feel really guilty about it, but at least they really try. Virgos really try to be health conscious, and they really care about staying healthy and exercising and eating right and all of that, and that is very much a Virgo thing. I'm sorry, but I forgot to mention that, and I thought it was a crime, so here I am talking about it. Virgo moons very much need to have a routine, and the needs for a Virgo moon is they absolutely need to be helpful and they need to be useful, because Virgo is that sign of service, and when it's coming through your moon, as I've said before, these are your needs. So people with a Virgo moon are going to The light is really catching my eye right now, guys. I'm sorry. So when you have a Virgo moon, you're really going to need to feel useful. As I've said, the Virgo, the sign itself, is concerned with being useful, being industrious, and helping other people. It is one of the signs of service. So when you have your moon there, that means that you need to help others. You need to be useful. Otherwise, you're not satisfied. You won't be happy with yourself. And when we're talking about the moon, these are just the basic things that you need, that you can't deny yourself, that you need them in order to survive and to feel okay. Kind of like a baby. A baby just needs food, water, to be cleaned, and to sleep. And that is all a baby needs. So think about that whenever you think of the moon. So what are the basic things that you need in order to survive? A Virgo moon also needs to have structure, because as I've said before, Virgo is one of those earth signs and is very much concerned with things having a certain order, and they can be a little bit meticulous and careful about the way that they do things. And whenever it's tied to the moon, it does make them a little bit nervous generally, and they could be kind of fearful of new things that they haven't experienced before, because as I said before, they like to categorize things and have information about everything. And whenever they're doing something new, that's not something that they're used to, and it might not be something very comfortable for them. They also need to know things, because Virgo is one of those really cerebral signs. So when it is connected to your moon, then these people really have that need for knowledge and to have vast amounts of information readily available to them. That's really important to Virgos. They also need to be prepared. They like to prepare for absolutely everything. They're big planners, and that is something that is a huge part of Virgo, the sign. But when it comes to the moon, that is what makes them feel comfortable, to have a plan and to know what they're gonna do, and to have schedules and know that their time is being spent appropriately or correctly, because they are very much concerned with being efficient. That is also really important to Virgo. And another thing that Virgo moon needs is, Virgo can be very perfection oriented, and they can be a big perfectionist. And when it's connected to the moon, then this can take it to like a very high level, because it is what comforts them. The moon is also what comforts you and makes you feel okay. So whenever you have a Virgo moon, you very much need to do things a certain way in order to do your best, so that you could feel that what you've done is perfect, even though nothing will ever be perfect and you're very hard to please, Virgo moon. But you very much need to know that you have done your best and that you left it all on the table. And lastly, I like to talk about the things that the moon signs need in a partner in order to balance them out. And to think about that, I like to think of the sign of Libra, because Libra is the scales. And whenever we're in a relationship, we don't really want somebody who's exactly like us and everything's gonna be perfect and we're not gonna grow, because that's how we stay the same. And so I like to look at Libra and the balancing thing in relationships, and it makes me think of how signs can be balanced out by their sister signs. So for Virgo, the sister sign is actually Pisces. So what can a Virgo moon learn from a Pisces? So I think that in a relationship, you would want to have a partner that is able to help you let go. So Virgo is very much about being in control of things and knowing exactly what's going to happen and when, and having their plans. So they need somebody who's going to bring that Pisces Neptune energy of letting go and trusting the universe. And I know that's really hard for a Virgo moon, but somebody who is able to inspire that in you, who allows you to do your little Virgo controlling things, but at the same time reminds you to have faith and to just let go sometimes, that would be really beneficial for you. So guys, I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, because I put out new videos every week about astrology, and I will see you in the next video.